Tonight's Crime Watch special on WCIA-3 is brought to you by F.E. Moran. Grab a pen and paper, have your phone ready, and make a commitment to fight crime in Central Illinois. Help catch a fugitive. Help solve a crime. Now, Dave Benton and Carol Varell host the WCIA-3 Reports Crime Watch special.
We're live outside WCIA-3 tonight, joining with Crime Stoppers for our fourth Crime Watch special. Now, we're joining forces because last fall, you helped us put more than a dozen fugitives behind bars with your anonymous tips. We want to do that again tonight. In fact, we need your help. The numbers you're going to need to call with the information on the faces and the names you're going to see tonight, scrolling at the bottom of your screen. We want to remind you we're focusing on 6 counties here in Central Illinois. Let's take a look at the map. Police chose the fugitives that you'll see tonight. Now, some face charges, haven't been caught yet. Others have already been convicted but skipped out. So we want to get started. And joining us tonight is Carol Varell. She's news director from WDWS and WHMS Radio here in Champaign. We want to point out we're both board members of Champaign County Crime Stoppers.
And our first package is going to look at a man wanted for attempted murder.
And also a convicted sex offender and a suspect who walked away from his own trial. Take a look at these faces. If you recognize someone, call the number at the bottom of your screen.
We start tonight with a man who's been hiding from police for almost a year now. Police wanted us to feature him again tonight. He is Jyshawn Jackson of Champaign County, who was accused of shooting a man several times at a Rantoul liquor store. He's 20 years old, 5'3", 160 pounds. From Vermillion County, Warren G. Archie is wanted for failing to appear for his 2010 jury trial. He's accused of burglary, retail theft, and destroying evidence. He's 28 years old, 5'10", and 185 pounds. His last known address is in Sauk Village. Christopher K. Chambers is wanted in Coles County. He's accused of DUI, forgery, domestic battery, and driving with a suspended license. Chambers was known to hang out in Charleston and Chicago. He's 26 years old, 6'3", and 240 pounds. Zira Clark is wanted in Sangamon County for felony retail theft and prostitution. She's 38 years old, bond set at $18,000. From Shelby County, Anthony Rogers is wanted for failing to appear in court on charges of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. He's 6 feet tall, 175 pounds. And authorities in Coles County are looking for this man. Gerardo Ocampo is accused of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. He's 22 years old, 5'5", and 135 pounds. From Macon County, Jeremiah Terrell Hubbard is wanted for first-degree murder and aggravated battery with a firearm. He's also known as Pistol Pete. Hubbard is 25 years old, 5'9", and weighs in at 170 pounds. From Vermillion County, Charles D. Cooper. He failed to show up for a January hearing to revoke his probation. He's a convicted child sex offender accused of living near a playground. His last known address was in Danville. Cooper is 49 years old, 6'8", and 195 pounds.
And now the most wanted from Champaign County. Joining me, Deputy Police Chief Troy Daniels from Champaign. Who is number 1 on your list?
Champaign police are looking for Marquez Hopkins. He is wanted for the shooting of 2 young men at the corner of Bellefontaine and Clock in April of 2012.
And we have a description. Tell us what he looks like.
He's a black male, 22 years old, 5 foot 10 inches tall, 175 pounds with black hair and brown eyes.
And who should people call if they have information about his whereabouts?
They should call Champaign County Crime Stoppers at 373-TIPS. That's 373-TIPS, where they can leave a web tip at 373tips.com.
And Crime Stoppers pays cash for tips that lead to an arrest.
Cash up to $1,000.
Important to remember. Troy Daniels, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Let's keep going tonight. We want to show you several more fugitives on the run. Take a look at these names and faces. Again, the numbers you need to call scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
Rico D. Steele is wanted in Coles County for obstructing justice. He's 28 years old, 5'6", and just under 140 pounds.
Christopher Binion is wanted in Shelby County. He didn't appear in court on a charge of domestic battery. Binion is 5'10" and 150.
From Macon County, Derek Henson. He's wanted for failing to appear on a charge of child pornography. He's 25, 5'10", 160 pounds.
From Champaign County, Jose Payton Hernandez. He's wanted in connection to an aggravated DUI case. He's also accused of having drugs. He's 45, 5 feet tall, and just under 200 pounds.
Robin A. Pierce is wanted in Vermillion County because she didn't appear for a probation hearing. She faces aggravated robbery and credit card charges. Pierce is 44 years old, 5'3", and 140 pounds.
Sangamon County authorities want Scott Carreri for escape and possession of cannabis plants. He's 43 years old. Bond set at $20,000.
Wanted in Macon County, Laura Lynn Beller. She faces a string of charges, including failure to appear on identity theft, aggravated DUI, and driving on a suspended license 4 times. Also, she's accused of trying to steal someone's identity. Beller may also use the names Laura Ontis, Laura Waddell, or Laura Smith. She's 42, 5'5", and 170 pounds.
Also wanted in Champaign County, Jolene Renee Bruden. Bruden failed to appear for sentencing. She got 5 years in prison for theft and attempted burglary. Bruden also has outstanding warrants on traffic cases. She's 24, 5'4", and 120 pounds. And now the most wanted from Sangamon County. Joining us, Matt Goulet, a police officer with the Springfield Police Department. Who's at the top of your list today?
Well, this week's Crime Stoppers out of Sangamon and Menard counties is seeking information about the location of a John H. Harris. He's a black male born in 1981, and he has a $200,000 warrant from Sangamon County for manufacture and delivery of cannabis. This is a rather large bond amount, so it's a very serious situation, and we definitely want to locate him.
A description of him?
Black male, about 6'3", 205 pounds, last seen with braids in his hair. And last seen known to be living in the area of Butler Street in Springfield.
All right. If somebody knows where he's at, who do they call?
Call Crime Stoppers for Sangamon and Menard counties at 788-8427, or go to our website, cashfortips.us, or even send a text message, type tip 672, the rest of the message, and send it off to Crimes.
All right, perfect. Officer Goulet, thanks for joining us tonight. All right, keep those calls coming, keep those tips coming. We're just getting started tonight. In fact, we want to talk about another fugitive. He was found guilty of kidnapping and a sex crime. Was actually sent to prison but never went. He skipped out. We'll have his story still to come tonight. Maybe you can help put him behind bars. Also, we're going to see how DNA helped to solve a case in Rantoul. It was a home invasion not too long ago. It's all coming up, so stay with us. Welcome back. We're again live in our back parking lot here at WCIA-3 in Champaign. Now, police officers from around Central Illinois joining us tonight in our effort with Crime Stoppers to put as many as 60 wanted fugitives behind bars.
And here are several more who have preyed on innocent people like you and me. Remember, you can call the numbers scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Joseph Durand Young is wanted in Macon County for first-degree murder. He also faces drug, robbery, and aggravated battery charges. He failed to appear in court on any of them. He may also go by the name of Corey Freeman. Young is 21 years old, 5'11", and 150 pounds.
Christina Champagne is on the run from authorities in Shelby County. She didn't return to jail following a furlough. Champagne is 5'4", 130 pounds.
From Champaign County, Andrew W. McCormick is wanted on drug charges. He's accused of having meth. He's 33, 5'8", and 160 pounds.
From Sangamon County, authorities are looking for Michael Schmidt. He's wanted for having a stolen firearm with possession by a felon. Schmidt is 28. Bond set at $50,000.
Elizabeth Nava is charged with retail theft. She's wanted in Vermillion County for not showing up for her trial. This case dates back to 2005. She's 29, 5'2", and 140 pounds. Nava's last known address was in Indianapolis.
Brenda P. Sanchez is also wanted for retail theft in Vermillion County. Court records show that Nava and Sanchez are accused of working together in stealing from Walmart. Sanchez also skipped out before her trial. Sanchez, 30 years old, 5'3", and 120 pounds, also from Indianapolis.
Daniel A. Gutman is wanted in Coles County. He's accused of illegally using a weapon. Gutman's last known address was in Westfield, Illinois. He's 33, 5'9", and 170 pounds.
All right, now the most wanted from Shelby County. The officer there, Robert McCall, unable to join us tonight, but I can tell you at the top of his list, this is the gentleman he picked. It's Robert Roush. He's accused of residential burglary, Matthew Roush. Residential burglary is the charge he faces. Again, he's the most wanted in Shelby County. We'll take a look at his description. He's 5'11", 180 pounds. If you know where this man is, you want to call Shelby County Crime Stoppers, the number right there on your screen. All right, we're going to take a look at more fugitives in just a minute, but first we want to bring you up to date on a case that happened in Rantoul. Joining me is Sergeant Marcus Beach from the Rantoul Police Department. We want to talk about a home invasion that happened. Tell us about that case.
That's right, Dave. This case happened June of 2011, and it was initially reported on Crime Stoppers in July. It was a home invasion, which a 92-year-old female was home alone, in bed asleep, at about 2:30 in the morning when she awoke to finding a man standing over her. The man then threw a pair of pants over her head, hit her in the left side of the face, and then took a television and cash from her residence.
Now, you went to investigate the scene. What did you find?
That's right. Officers responded to the scene the next morning when she called to let us know. During a scene investigation, they located some prints inside the residence, and then on a walk through the neighborhood, they also located some property that had been stolen from her residence.
And that eventually led to some DNA, correct?
Yes, it did. A pair of gloves that the intruder wore were found near the property where this crime occurred. DNA was located inside those gloves that matched not only the victim but also one of the suspects.
Tell us about the suspects that you ultimately arrested.
One of the suspects that was arrested, whose DNA was found, was Jose Morrison. He was in custody for another home invasion down in Coles County and had been arrested for that. Another suspect that was arrested was Michael Wilkins, who was later apprehended as a result of a warrant that was issued for his arrest.
And where do those two suspects stand in terms of their cases going to trial?
Sure. Currently, cases for home invasion are pending against both suspects. As I said, Mr. Morrison is currently incarcerated down in Coles County awaiting trial on the home invasion down there, and then he'll be brought here to Champaign County to face trial on his charges up here.
And what's interesting about this case is the DNA. We hear a lot about DNA in TV crime shows, but it's not always the magic bullet, is it?
No, it's not. It's not always the magic bullet, and that's why things like Crime Stoppers are so helpful to us. When citizens call in and give us tips on where to look and who to start looking at, that is sometimes even more valuable than the DNA evidence.
All right, we appreciate you joining us, and as far as the victim is concerned, she's doing better. She's glad to be moving on from all of this.
That's correct, yeah. She sustained some minor injuries, but is doing well and is resuming back to a normal life for her.
All right, Marcus Beach, thank you for joining us. Appreciate
it.
All right, let's take a look at more fugitives. In fact, we have several more that we want to catch tonight. Again, the numbers are scrolling at the bottom of your screen. Take a look.
Ross Rhodes is wanted in Sangamon County. Police say he had a stolen vehicle. Rhodes is 23 years old, bond set at $50,000. We featured Bahayden Al-Mamani from Champaign County last fall. He is still on the run, convicted of kidnapping and criminal sexual assault. He didn't show up in court last March when he was sentenced to 32 years in prison. His bond is set at $1 million. He's 34 years old, 5'8", and 160 pounds. Wanted in Shelby County, Todd Hughes. He faces a charge of felony criminal damage to property. He's 5 feet 7 inches tall and 115 pounds. Tony Terrell Barbie is wanted in Macon County for failure to appear on charges of aggravated DUI and drug charges. Barbie is 35, 5'7", and 190 pounds. From Vermillion County, Joseph A. Vicelio is wanted on meth charges. He's also accused of aiding or hiding a fugitive. He's 22 years old, 6 feet tall, and 165 pounds. Darren G. Burton is from Coles County. He's wanted for drunk driving. Charges were filed in March of 2011. He skipped a hearing 3 months later. His last known address was in Benton Harbor, Michigan. Burton is 45, 5'2", and 130 pounds. Lois Cole is wanted in Macon County for failure to appear in court on a charge of forgery. She's 20 years old, 4'11", and just over 150 pounds. Authorities in Vermillion County are still trying to find Sherry R. Pruitt. She was on probation for having the ingredients to make meth. She's accused of violating her probation and failed to appear for a hearing last fall. Pruitt is 40 years old, 5'4", and 230 pounds. Her last known address was in Catlin. Daryl Rowan is on the run from Sangamon County. He's wanted for failure to appear on an aggravated battery charge. He was known to hang out in Springfield and Richmond, Illinois. He's 49, 5'11", 200 pounds.
And now the most wanted from Vermillion County. Joining me, Sergeant Josh Campbell from the Danville Police Department. Who is at the top of your list?
Albert Williams.
And what is he accused of doing?
Back in September of 2009, Williams was involved in an altercation on a liquor store parking lot in Danville. During the altercation, Williams displayed a firearm. He fired a single shot and struck the victim in the leg.
And then he took off?
Yes.
Hasn't been found since?
He has actually since been convicted of reckless discharge of a firearm and failed to appear for a violation hearing of probation.
All right. Give me a description of this man.
Williams is a male black, 28 years of age, approximately 5 foot 10 inches tall, 220 pounds.
And if they know where he's at or can provide some important information, who do they call?
They can contact Vermillion County Crime Stoppers at 446-TIPS or submit information online at the Crime Stoppers website, vccrimestoppers.org.
All right. Josh Campbell, thank you very much for joining us. Appreciate it. Again, the numbers you need scrolling at the bottom of your screen, so you want to make sure you utilize those. Also a reminder, all of these fugitives we're going to feature tonight, there are many names and faces, will all be at illinoishomepage.net. You can check that out at any point. And if you recognize someone there, there's a quick, easy link to click on to provide information. Or again, you can call at any time because these numbers always open 24/7. We still have a lot more to go tonight, but we do want to take a look at the top 4 that we've covered so far. So again, take a second look. We're talking about Marquez Hopkins and John Harris from Champaign and Sangamon counties. And then also tonight, Matthew Roush from Shelby County. And then we have Albert Williams from Vermillion County. You just heard about this case from Josh Campbell just a second ago. Again, take a close look. If you know where these people are, you want to get a hold of Crime Stoppers, you could get cash in your pocket. We've got more. Stay with us tonight for this special here on WCIA-3.
All those in favor of $50 with respect to this case? Aye.
Welcome back. Many understand the value of Crime Stoppers, and just about every county in the state has its own organization. Volunteers who meet as often as once a month, like here in Champaign County. When your tip leads to an arrest, your local group decides the reward, up to $1,000 cash. So it's easy to help out. Just call, text, or go online to reach Crime Stoppers and share what you know.
Got a web tip?
It's grassroots, it's anonymous, and it's always at your fingertips.
So moved.
We are back live now, and both Carol and I are board members of the Champaign County Crime Stoppers. We see firsthand every month how this process works, how it is anonymous, and how folks can simply provide information to Crime Stoppers. Then they turn it over to police, and they really do make a difference. I'm told phones ringing off the hooks now at Crime Stoppers offices around the area. That's important. Thank you for the help. Remember the numbers you need scrolling at the bottom of your screen.
And let's take a look at the next group of men and women that are still on the run. Remember that the numbers that you need are scrolling across the bottom of your screen.
Earl D. Cotton is wanted in Vermillion County for a probation violation. He's accused of having a stolen firearm. Cotton is 41, 6'1", and 310 pounds.
From Macon County, Jason Fonville is accused of murder and aggravated battery with a firearm. He's 41, 6'3", and 210 pounds.
Joel Ramirez Marquez of Coles County is wanted for criminal drug conspiracy. He may also go by Juan Robles Jr. or Gustavo Sosa Gonzalez. Marquez is 38, 5'7", and just under 190 pounds.
Albert Rangel is wanted in Sangamon County for burglary. Rangel is 23, bond set at $10,000.
Tanisha B. Beatty is wanted in Champaign County. Beatty is accused of credit card fraud and driving on a suspended or revoked license. She's 35, 5'5", 230 pounds.
Amanda Smith is on the run from authorities in Shelby County. She's wanted for failing to appear in court on burglary charges. Smith is 5'5" and just under 115 pounds.
Charles M. Coleman is wanted in Coles County for drugs and retail theft. His last known address was in Mode in Shelby County. He's 35 years old, 6 feet tall, and 165 pounds.
David Gomez is charged with destroying evidence. He's wanted for failing to appear in court in Vermillion County. His case dates back to May of 2006. His last known address was in Rantoul. Gomez is 33, 5'5", and 150 pounds.
All right, now the most wanted from Coles County tonight. Joining us, Deputy Police Chief from Charleston, Dave Chambers. Appreciate you joining us.
Good to be here, Dave.
Who did you pick at the top of your list tonight?
Jennifer Lynn Bradbury.
And what did she do?
In 2008, she pled guilty to the charge of possession of methamphetamine manufacturing chemicals, case worked by the East Central Illinois Task Force in Coles County. She was sentenced to 24 months probation in order to pay fines and court costs. Now, Jennifer's probation supervision of that was transferred to Clark County, at which point she failed to comply with the terms of her probation. So a warrant was issued for her arrest down there, and she was ordered to participate in a new drug evaluation, and a court date was set for that process. She failed to appear for that court date and stopped making contact with the Clark County Probation Department.
So basically she's on the run.
That's right, and that instigated the Coles County Probation Department, which is where the probation was ordered from initially, to file a petition to revoke her probation, and a court date was set for that hearing.
Okay, and now give me a description of her. She's on the run.
She's a white female, about 5 foot 6 inches tall, approximately 130 pounds. Now, Jennifer is currently 36 years of age. Currently, she's wanted out of Coles County on a failure to appear warrant for that petition to revoke her probation.
And who should they call if they have
They
information?
should call Coles County Crime Stoppers, and the number I believe you said is located at the bottom of the screen.
It is running. All right, appreciate it. Dave Chambers, thank you very much. Appreciate it. We do want to take a look at more fugitives now. Again, these have been picked by police from across the area. We've got a woman we featured before and several suspects facing drug charges. Take a close look and help take them off the streets tonight.
This woman is wanted on drug charges. We featured her last fall. Keisha Pauley of Coles County also faces obstructing justice charges. She may also use the name Keisha Carter. She's 41, 5'6", 140 pounds.
Police in Champaign County are looking for Darian J. Carter. He's wanted for fleeing or trying to elude an officer. Carter is 19, 5'10", 140 pounds.
Christopher Frenzy is wanted in Sangamon County for obstructing justice. He's 25 years old, bond set at $75,000.
From Sangamon County, Sarah Hoover is wanted for theft, unlawful use of a credit card, and retail theft. Her last known address was in Chatham. She's 31, 5'5", 185 pounds.
Wanted in Macon County, Jonathan Ray Watson. He failed to appear in court on a charge of felony criminal damage to property. Watson is 23, 5'11", and 160 pounds.
Dustin A. Brown is wanted in Champaign County. He's accused of violating his probation. He was convicted of theft and drug charges. Brown is 34 years old, 5'11", and 175 pounds.
Casey Townsend is wanted in Sangamon County. He faces marijuana charges. His last known address was in Springfield. He's 27, 5'9", and just over 140 pounds.
Jesse A. Baird is on the run from authorities in Coles County. He's wanted for having a stolen vehicle and unlawful use of a credit card. The charges against him were filed in March. Baird is 21, 5'10", and 135 pounds.
Paul Outland is wanted in Macon County on retail theft charges. He's 45, 5'10", and 160 pounds.
And now the most wanted from Macon County. Again, this chosen by police, although an officer couldn't join us tonight. Decatur police are looking for this man. It's Rosalino Sanchez de Jesus. He's wanted for criminal sexual assault. He might also go by two other names, Jonathan Sanchez or Eduardo Garcia. A description of the suspect tonight: he's 28 years old. He's 5 feet 8 inches tall, 180 pounds. If you know where this man is, you want to call Decatur Macon County Crime Stoppers, 423-TIPS. You can also text or go online to give a web tip. Again, a lot of names and faces tonight, but it's important that you participate. This really is a partnership. Take a look at the top 6 tonight again, and if you recognize someone, call the number at the bottom of your screen. Again, those are the top 6 from across central Illinois. You can see all of them at illinoishomepage.net. Thanks to everyone for joining us tonight. We'll see you again in the fall. Thanks for watching. Good night.
This has been a WCIA 3 report. month's Crime Watch special, sponsored by F.E. Moran.